Alright, moving on to the first match, we have Volcanic Island. Now, Volcanic Island is a map that I don't really hate too much. Like, it's alright, but the spawns are iffy. Like, sometimes they'll be far, sometimes they'll be close. So that's something you need to take note of at the beginning of matches when you're playing Akira. Does this map have far spawns or close spawns? Is this map Mario or is this map Coliseum? Because if it's Mario, then you're probably free to use amp up, depending on your opponent. But if it's Coliseum, you're probably not free to not ever use amp up, but no matter the situation, you're probably not free to use amp up just at the beginning of the match, no thought. So, but if your opponent has like a projectile, that's also something to look out for, because if you do, like, if they're just like from afar, like with Mario, then you'll get the amp up a little bit, they won't expect it, and then to hit you with the projectile. But a good player will look out for that, and they're like, okay, Akiras and Dopias typically like to immediately use Basu or Call and amp up, so they will have a projectile ready to punish you for doing it raw. I rolled Static just to catch him because he plays kind of aggressive. He hasn't really been blocking a lot, besides like a little bit ago. I don't know what I was trying to do right there, but I definitely tried to punish his barrage with the 3, and that didn't work out. He doesn't have any guard breaks right now, so I had no fear in blocking all of the stun in the 2. And then went 4-on-1s into the 2. That's his bread and butter combo if you don't have his 1 and his 5, but you can also do 4-on-1s in the 3 as long as you go behind them and do the 3 instead, so it's harder to PB. I tried to hit him with 2, but he hit me with his projectile and killed me. Right now, dang. I need to stop doing immediate amp ups because it's not working out for me. The lead is only 15 HP, so it's not like, oh no, it's like over, but I need to really pick up the pace. Well, not pick up the pace, but I need to figure out how to close up this gap, even if it's small, and I think that was the way to do it. Tried to hit him with 3, but he blocked it, and now he gets a free punish off. When you're using 4, make sure it's probably best to do roll 4. Like with Bucciarati, I see a lot of them do roll backwards. What is it called? Zipper uppercut, because it leaves them really open, which is sudden blitz, but like to a lesser extent. I probably should have used electric strike to punish whatever he tried to do right there. Yeah, he likes to follow up with his guard break a lot, impale, but it hasn't really been working out. He did get a little bit of damage there, but I did get electricity, which I would say is a better trade. And I'm basically dead here. He got his circle slash and the dash stun, so yeah. And I keep doing raw amp ups. I need to stop and realize what map I'm playing on, look around, make sure, okay, he's far away or not. Does he have his projectile? Then use amp up. I'm not sure what I'm trying to do right here, but I just want to play aggressive, because if he gets Silver Chariot off, that's basically a free stock, and that might be the end of the game for me. He's essentially trying to kill me first, I think, before he does his Silver Chariot Requiem, but I won't allow that to happen. That was a pretty decent Stanley, but I didn't expect him to roll before it. I also didn't expect him to do whatever that was with his barrage. I'm just going to block. I know his thing is off cooldown. He doesn't have any guard breaks right now. Polnareff is actually pretty vulnerable in Awakening because his guard break is easy to PB already. That's probably one of the easiest guard breaks to PB, and that's his only one in Awakening. So you really don't need to. You're free to block a little bit against a Polnareff. He learned a little bit after when I use amp up, and he punishes me. Don't like immediately roll after me because he got punished last time for that, but I need to really lay off on the random amp ups because it's just not working. Like instant amp ups, I should say. He's looking pretty low right now. I almost got guard broken, and that might have been the end of the match for me. But he did get the stun off in the 4-on-1's barrage. Well, not 4-on-1's barrage, just immediately barrage. I'm taking a lot of damage. He's constantly getting me with this stuff. I'm just a hot mess right now. I'm trying to get M1s, but it's just not working out. He got the strike off. I tried to PB that because I knew he was going to do it, and I finished off with the 5 because he likes to do stun after my 4 and 1s into the barrage for the GG. Well played, Electric Strike. Moving on to the second opponent, we have Surge Cyber, which is a Jonathan on Coliseum. I immediately Static Shocked, which was kind of stupid. Like, that goes back into the last thing I said. Look at the map you're on, and in the lobby, this is very important. Realize who your opponent is. So make sure you know who the opponent you're facing before you queue into the match. So you're like, okay, that's my opponent. So if we're on this, that, and that map, then I shouldn't immediately amp up. So it's just like, it's easy to keep track of in your head. I did a raw barrage, and he tried to roll behind me to punish, but I knew he was going to do that, so I hit him with the end of the barrage. He hit me with, like, behind with his luck and pluck, so he was able to get rewarded for that. I'm just trying to get N1s into Static Shock. I'm pretty desperate for it, but it's not working out. He's a pretty passive Jonathan. Like, he's not... I want to say he's not really just coming at me. Like, he's just taking his time, which is an interesting playstyle for Jonathan. I have the stock lead right now. I have 2 electricities fully charged. Well, not full, yeah. Yeah, he's just rolling around. Like, he's not just coming at me constantly, which I see a lot of Jonathans do. They just constantly attack the opponent without, like, thinking about what they're doing. And he got 4 on 1s in the luck pluck. So he actually thinks, like, what he's doing for, like, some of the match, but you'll see at a lot of points he'll just turn off his brain. Like, I don't really understand what he was thinking for a lot of the time we were fighting. So let's see. Trying to get the dash on 1s is not working out. We did trade, what's it called? We traded Zoom Punch with, I think, 1000 volt dash, and I'm just punishing his moves a lot, but he's also punishing me for being overly aggressive. That's an example of what I was talking about. Like, I don't know what outcome he thought would happen by M1ing and then grabbing a blocking opponent, but it worked. It definitely worked. I myself could never do raw grabs because I just don't trust grabs in this game. They are really inconsistent, and their hitboxes are they're not inconsistent because they work the same every time. It's just they're really small or weird. Killed him with the 2. I probably could have did roll Static Shock, but I don't do that too often. But it catches the opponents off guard, and it's you can follow it up with barrage, so it makes sense. And you saw I tried to do it there, but I died. Probably going to immediately amp up. I looked at my location first before I immediately amped up, and you see he's going up the thing again. So I hit him with Blood Strike to knock him off. So I don't know why he keeps doing that. Or at least not blocking. I think I hit him with the 5, and then I did roll static, and I did roll static, and he used his evasive, but it knocked me to the left. And yeah, then he got a combo off. Well, not didn't get a combo off, but it stayed on top of him. And eventually, after that, he got luck plug into a combo. So I'm just trying to get M1s, and I did a raw barrage for some reason. I'm not sure what I'm doing really, but of course he's gonna punish me for doing something that's stupid. Let's see my spawn. I'm getting pretty lucky with these spawns. I'm able to get a free amp up every time, which of course could just not happen for whenever you're fighting. That was a pretty smart roll in 1, but that was not a smart roll, and I did kill him for that. The lead is basically we're at the same. We're at the same amount of HP. He has like 1 above me, but that's probably going to change quite soon. Try to hit him with Electric Strike, that didn't work, and I'm just trying to use my stand to outrange him because that's just the advantage I have as a stand user. That time it knocked back. Last time when I was barraging him, well, not barraging, but the last time I mashed barrage, it didn't knock him back. Trying to get N1s off, he missed a Zoom Punch. He used Sendo Hamon, and I tried to hit him with Electric Strike to trade possibly, but that didn't work. But I did get the static, M1s in the static, and then the barrage, which is a true combo for some reason, not balanced at all. And I tried to hit him with 1000. It looks like a bigger hitbox, but sometimes it just doesn't connect. So I don't know. Sometimes I underestimate the hitbox, so I don't go for it. And other times I overestimate it and it just doesn't work out. He's hitting you a lot with that. I think it's Sendo Overdrive, but I'm not. Yeah, I think it's Sendo Overdrive. Got another amp buff because he died, but it probably would have been smarter to check where he spawned first, because if he spawned next to me or if he spawned across from me, that would have been pretty bad, considering he's a Jonathan and they just destroy your HP. Hit him with static to punish him after the luck pluck, but that did not work because he has an evasive. We did trade right there. I lost the stock, but he took a lot of damage. I think he's probably at like 80, 70 right now, so it's still anyone's game considering he's a Jonathan, but I still have the lead nonetheless. Hit him with static shock because he keeps going for terrible rolls. I'm not sure why he keeps doing that. The range, you'd be surprised of how much range static shock has, and it just completely bodies you. And then Jonathan kind of, he wasn't feeling it, so he gave up. I don't know why I'm saying GG too, but. And the final match on Nightmare World, this guy was a Stroheim, and he said he fought an Akira. I didn't fight an Akira. I fought a fan last match. I think he was a Koichi. So yeah, I think he got the wrong guy because we did not fight before. So we talked a little bit at the beginning, but eventually we came to fighting. So this guy, he's like I don't want to say projectile spammer. That's not the correct term for it, but he's pretty passive. Like no. The correct term is he zones. This is a zoner. He zones, right? There's a difference between running and zoning. Running the whole match would be running. Well, playing cooldowns is just running the whole match once you use your hot moves and then running some more, right? And then zoning is just staying in a zone, particularly when you have certain moves. So when you have your 2 projectiles, no need to play overly aggressive. If you don't have your 2 projectiles, but you have your 5 and your stun, then of course you play close range. That is zoning, right? He zones properly this match, and I think people misconstrue the fact that I'm not saying you have to play aggressive when we fight, because in a lot of the matches I'll get mad at runners, and it's because of the fact that it's just a really lame playstyle, and it kind of stunts your growth as a player because you're not really learning how to get better at the game. You're just learning how to run more or run better. Dang, he caught me with the bomb, but it's just something that it makes matches longer. It's a substitute for actually being good at the game, and it just makes the match just less enjoyable for everyone all around. So that's why it's something that I really try to preach in my videos is don't run. Please don't run. If a character is like Caesar, then learn how to zone. If your character is like Akira, well then learn how to play passive. But you don't have to. I'm not saying you have to play like a Jotaro, just like a menace to society, constantly attacking you non-stop. But like, I don't see what's the fun in running the entire match. And I don't particularly like zoners, but at least it's not like I'm just gonna run the entire match. You see, I didn't instantly amp up because like I got punished twice for that, so I'm like, no. And something I do want to say is I lost 2 recordings of my matches, which is kind of depressing. Not 2, I lost 3. I lost a good Bucciarati match. I think I lost a good Fordero match, and I lost my Kira match. It was like I was recording it too. I was recording the audio, and I realized when I got to the end of it, when it was like the final stock or whatever, it had it ended. Like OBS just closes for some reason, so it's gone. So that's why this video was delayed. But the main reason why I was at my dad's house, so I wasn't able to record anything. I don't know why I keep doing random amp ups. Like it's just not very smart. That he is really okay. I like that. I like how he uses terrain as kind of like bait, and then he punishes you for going after it with stun, because stun has basically no end lag. So right now he has a pretty hefty lead, like 70 HP. I'm realizing I got to figure out a way to close this gap or I'm going to lose. I punished him because he was going for M1s with Static Shock into Barrage. And then I'm going to go for Dash Electric Strike. I roll away from the Metal Arm or Rocket Arm, Rocket Punch or something like that. I can't remember the name. He's trying to cheese. Well, yeah. I think he's trying to cheese or just bait me or whatever, but he's gonna do that. I'm gonna charge up amp up, and then he did that. But since it's not like one large damage for the abdominal hellfire, then it's probably not gonna work. That hitbox is actually pretty forgiving. Hit him with static shocks, and then I get to barrage right there and get a free combo. So right now the gap is closing. He has like 50 HP above me, but a lead is a lead. The lead isn't like horrible though, so it's still anyone's match. Hit him with the 2, hit him with M1s in the 2. So I'm just not getting hit by projectiles, not letting them connect is like a big thing with fighting Stroheim, is because that damage will add up. That 15, 4 into abdominal will definitely add up in the damage. You just gotta make sure you're not getting hit a bunch. That was terrible. That was a really bad. I don't even know what that's called. Is that I know that's called. It's called Felix Grenade. Yeah. I haven't memorized Stroheim's moves yet, so I'm kind of like I'm kind of lost when it comes to it. I was standing on top of his head there. Right now I have the lead actually. I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention too much, but I did get the lead, and I get the M1s into barrage. Probably gonna follow up with sudden blitz to punish him if he tried to go for a projectile. Gonna block. I think he's trying to go for stun actually. I'm not. Yeah, he's trying to go for stun. I didn't block because I'm just not being smart right now. Gonna avoid both of his projectiles. I should have known he was gonna do that. That was so obvious. But he is pretty low. He's not being very aggressive. I'm not going to charge at him because I can't, and that would be kind of stupid because he can cancel his buff, but I cannot cancel mine. Avoid his projectiles, block that one since he doesn't have his guard break anymore, and I avoided his stun, so I'm just going to block. There's no point in me playing really aggressive, right, because I'm Akira. And then I get M1s into the 3 for the GG. Well played. And that is all for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'm sorry that I haven't had content out for a little while, but I will definitely hop back on that horse. I'm not actually sure what I will upload next, so I would really appreciate if you guys tell me in the comments. If not, the next video I will upload is Fortera because someone did ask me to do that a little bit ago. So there's that. But I'm very open for suggestions and music suggestions to include in the video. So if you did come to the end, then please make sure you like, sub, and hit the bell. And without any further ado, see you guys in the next one. Peace.